Spider-Man on DVD. Now, I love Spider-Man the movie. It was action-packed. It had some comedy to it, romance. It was a really good movie. Um, and I've had this DVD ever since it came out. And I'll walk you through, the features on it and the discs because there's two discs. This is a widescreen special edition with two discs. It really should say widescreen 2-disc special edition. And then there's also a little pamphlet in there that's cool to look at. So here we have Spider-Man crawling on a wall, DVD video down there, widescreen special edition up there. And on the side here, Spider-Man again, the Columbia Pictures logo. And I always thought this was a really good eye catcher. It's, hang on. It's Spider-Man's face, well, half of it, but it's really cool because it's got Spider-Man. He could be looking at the Green Goblin, and it's reflected in his eyepiece. And I always thought that was just the coolest thing. Here's the back, that iconic kiss scene from the movie. All of disc 1, what it has to offer. You can pause the video if you want to read that. That is no problem. Okay, I'm going to move on. I'm going to assume you paused it. What disc 2 has to offer. Again, you can pause the video if you want to read that. Assume you read that too. And then down here, Columbia Pictures presents Marvel Enterprises / Laura Ziskin Productions, Spider-Man starring Tobey Maguire, Willem Dafoe, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco, Cliff Robertson, Rosemary Harris, and all the other great people that helped put the movie together. Oh yeah, it's directed by Sam Raimi. I don't know if I mentioned that. Great movie director. And this movie was slapped with a PG-13 rating. And the funny thing about that is it's only rated PG-13 for stylized violence and action, whereas Marvel movies are rated PG-13 nowadays for swearing and that violence. And I really shouldn't be saying this yet because I'm not 80, but back in my day, Marvel movies usually didn't have a lot of that crap in them. They were just mostly violence. And then disc 1 contains widescreen, blah blah stuff. And the link, www.sony.com/Spider-Man, which I've gone to, and sadly, because this is a dated movie, nothing of interest is found there. Hate to break it to you. It's a shame, but I guess Sony or whoever felt that this movie being as dated, it's fairly old now. I don't want to say it's old because it's not 20 years old yet. Even that's not that old. But since this movie has been out for quite a few years now, I think they probably thought it best to remove the links and stuff and everything interesting, because they're probably like, well, who's checking out this, and we have web browsers that are advanced and these computers can do so much more, and I think we should just go ahead and remove that, which is sad because, I wanted to check out what www.sony.com/Spider-Man has to offer. And what's even the selling point is, let me find it. Well, I couldn't find it, but in like, I think it was the commercials for the movie or other promotional things that said, go for the ultimate spin at www.sony.com/Spider-Man. That I just realized that's what that is, but it didn't say go for the ultimate spin. Then there were also novels adapted to the movie. So you can't really read that, but I will read it. Read the, looks like Del Rey and HarperCollins books, which, oddly enough, being a Spider-Man fanatic, I never read the novels. I've never owned them, but they have one for Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, and I think Spider-Man 3. But I'll have to pick up the books someday. I found one or two at an antique store. I should have grabbed it when I had the chance. That's a good representation of shoulda, coulda, woulda, however it goes. Now I'll just go ahead and open the case. So inside you'll find disc 1 of Spider-Man, which I'll tell you right now, in case you weren't aware, this version of Spider-Man, this little picture they have here, is actually on the VHS copy. Spider-Man on DVD has him crawling on a wall, but on the VHS copy it's him flying in the air. There would be a disc 2 had I not lost it years ago, and which is unfortunate because disc 2 had awesome features on it. But I'll get to this little booklet here, and it's not really so much a booklet as it is just a little pamphlet. And DVD video down there. A great picture of Spider-Man sticking to a flagpole, which is at the end of the Spider-Man 1 movie where he swings towards the camera. Before that, he stuck to a flagpole, and this is that scene. And here's a little look on the inside. You can pause the video to read that of scene selections, so if you want to read that, just go ahead and pause it. I'm going to assume that you paused it. Down here it says, if you like Spider-Man, we recommend Men in Black 2, Mr. Deeds, Triple X, Stan Lee's Mutants, Monsters, and Marvels. And then warning, this disc is copy protected. This disc supports the parental control button or function on your DVD player. Then over here, and you may not be aware, but in 2002 when the Spider-Man movie was coming out, they had commercials and TV spots, and one of the TV spots was for this cell phone company called Cingular, which is no longer in business, doesn't exist. I believe they were bought out by AT&T. I could be wrong though, but I think that's what happened to them. Anyway, Cingular Wireless kind of had Spider-Man endorse them, so to say, because he was in one commercial, and that commercial is on YouTube, so you can easily just search up a Spider-Man Cingular commercial. But it's also on the DVD of Spider-Man on DVD 1. It's in some special features where you can see trailers and TV spots. So if you have the movie and you haven't seen that stuff, go check that out. Now, I'll read through what's on this pamphlet. So I don't have to worry about people thinking I'm endorsing this company because obviously they don't exist anymore, so I don't have to worry about promotion. I'll just read what the pamphlet says. So, swing 20% off all accessories, save 20% on any purchase, available at participating Cingular Wireless locations. Spider-Man down there, and picture of Spider-Man right there. Swing free activation. Sign up for new wireless service with Cingular Wireless and get free activation with a 2-year service agreement. Another picture of Spider-Man, the same one. Available at participating Cingular Wireless locations. And Spider-Man under there, and Cingular Wireless. So it's basically the same thing, just with different wording. And I was down here where it said available at participating Cingular Wireless locations. I was half about to say available at participating McDonald's. I thought that'd be funny. Back of this is, from what my understanding is, that these are coupons. So you would cut them out. And bring these into Cingular and get your deals. So Spider-Man, Cingular Wireless again, swing 20% off all accessories, bring this coupon into any participating Cingular Wireless location, and take advantage of this great offer. And then there's their website. I might try to go on there and see what there is, but I doubt that there isn't anything on that website anymore. It might just be all AT&T. If I'm correct that AT&T bought them out, that's what I heard. I'm not sure if that's correct. And then the same thing down here, except a little bit different. Swing free activation with a 2-year service agreement. Bring this coupon into any participating Cingular Wireless location and take advantage of this great offer. And again, down here in the same, website and stuff. But what made me kind of, somewhat panic, somewhat be a little sad was this down here. Offer ends 6/30/2003. And then I suddenly realized just how many years ago 2003 was, and my heart kind of skipped a beat, let's just say. Yeah. Anyway, that's this pamphlet. It's pretty cool. I'd say if you have this, hold on to it. Don't let it get torn up or anything. And hopefully you kept yours, because it's pretty good reading material. It's pretty cool to look at. So I'll just put it back in the sleeve here. Now you may be wondering why I have 2 copies of Spider-Man on DVD. Well, because, like I said, I didn't have disc 2. So, I bought Spider-Man again at a grocery store. So as you can notice that this is kind of flimsy plastic, and it's not as, sturdy looking, and it doesn't have that nice flip over tray to hold the discs. It's just disc 1, disc 2 right there. And you also notice no pamphlet. Because of this gap here, there can't be a pamphlet. So that's unfortunate. But hey, I got disc 2. And disc 2 has special features like the HBO making of Spider-Man, interviews, hints and tips on the first couple levels of Spider-Man the game. And you can also, if you have this disc right here, you can also download the demo of Spider-Man the game and play 2 levels. So that's pretty cool. But it's the same stuff here, no difference. So that's Spider-Man for DVD. I've got 2 copies, and that's pretty cool. I really love Spider-Man the movie on DVD. Not because of the obvious points, of course, the action and just the effects and stuff. And I really like Spider-Man because of the acting. The acting is good, and the characters were picked right, and everyone just fits right into place. Not only that, the movie was made at the right time. I don't know about you, but I think if Spider-Man 2002 was made in 2019, it would, stink. It wouldn't be as good, because 2002, in my opinion, was a better year. It was a part of a better decade. But I won't get into that. So yeah, Spider-Man 2002 on DVD. They also made Spider-Man for VHS, which unfortunately and oddly enough, I don't have Spider-Man on VHS yet. You can buy it online, and I think I might do that one day. And for my younger audience that may be watching, be like, why? Who uses a VCR anymore? Why would you use a VCR? Well, VCRs are kind of neat to go back to, I mean, yeah, VHS tapes are a little bit they're a little bit of a pain to rewind, but that's why we have mechanisms that rewind the tapes. There's actually tape rewinders. I actually own one, and the process of rewinding the tape with that thing goes pretty fast. But anyway, the point of getting Spider-Man on VHS is obviously to watch it in a VHS format, see what it looks like, and collectability. At least now, collectability. I mean, back in the day, in 2002, if I'd seen Spider-Man on VHS, I'd be like, oh, great, I just saw that movie in theaters. I think I'll pick up the tape. It wouldn't be anything collecting. Because back in 2002, nobody collected... Well, I shouldn't say nobody. I highly doubt many people thought that this stuff would be highly collectible and sought after. I wouldn't. I didn't have any idea that this stuff would be collectible and sought after. Like all the Spider-Man toys and stuff I had growing up, I never once thought in my mind it'd be worth a fortune one day. Never once. And it is, kind of. And I don't know if it'll go up in value and prices will skyrocket, or if it'll go down in value and even the average consumer can afford a Spider-Man movie poster that was once $300. But yeah, Spider-Man on VHS would be a good thing to buy. Sealed, obviously, would be the best option, because obviously the tape is going to be brand new. It's not warped in any way. It's not crinkled, because VCRs sometimes have a habit, if you don't clean them out, of like spitting out your tapes, or like just crinkling up, and you can hear the noise of the tape being crinkled, and you're like, oh my gosh, what have I done? And I've had that happen to me before, and it's kind of frustrating. It's the same thing with a cassette tape getting spit out, the reel of tape getting spit out by a cassette player, by tape player, which I've also had that happen to me before. And it's not fun. It ruined a tape, actually. And then, of course, nowadays you can buy Spider-Man online, like on YouTube, for like $4 pretty much. That's actually a good deal. You can buy it digitally. I never would have thought that'd be possible. So that's pretty interesting. But because I'm sort of old school, I like physical formats, so I'll just stick to watching it on the DVD, thanks. I mean, if I had the chance to watch it digitally, I would, you know, why not? But, you know, with the DVD, you have access to the special features, which, come to think of it, if it were digital, I don't think I could watch the HBO making of Spider-Man. I think it would just be the movie. I could be wrong, though. Maybe they did, you know, digitize disc 2 as well, and digitize disc 1 so that you could watch those special features. One more thing about the VHS copy of Spider-Man. It actually has, and this is surprising because I didn't think VHS could hold more than a movie. They actually had the music video for Hero, that rock song by Chad Kroeger and Josie Scott. I believe Chad Kroeger is also part of Nickelback. I think he's the lead singer of Nickelback. So, and if you've heard Nickelback and you hear Hero, you can instantly tell that's Nickelback singing, and it's a good song. If you have never heard Hero by Nickelback, check it out. I think you might like it. It's also on the Spider-Man movie soundtrack, which I also own, and I could show that on YouTube as well. But my point is I couldn't believe that they fit a music video at the end of a movie. But come to find out that special stuff on the end of videotapes isn't really, like, uncommon. I have a Hulk videotape for the 1977 Hulk TV show that had a special interview of kind of like the making of the 2003 Hulk movie. So that was pretty cool. That was at the end. So yeah, I'll definitely have to pick up Spider-Man on VHS. And definitely those novels, those books. Like I mentioned, they have books for Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. So that would be quite a read, because if the movie was good, then the book might be a little bit better, because sometimes the book is better than the movie, but I think the movie came first, so maybe the book wouldn't be as good. I don't know. Sorry I dragged this video out. Point was to show you guys Spider-Man, the DVD widescreen edition on YouTube, and I accomplished my mission. So thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you have Spider-Man on DVD or VHS, or if you have it digitally too. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will be back next time.